Hello, everybody. Time for harmonica. Today we have. What are we working on? Let me go post a link on the website. The website is mammothgardens.com. And let me go grab our link here. Copy that. Copy. Of course, we have to tweet. And then I'm going to post it on the link on the website. When you get to mammothgardens.com, just click on the harmonica girl. She will escort you into the daily schedule. From there, you will print out your sheet music and you will explore the other couple of pages related to harmonica on the website. The two other pages I have is a archive page, which has copies of all of our previous classes, and then our harmonica library, which is where I store all of the songs that we're not working on at any given point. On that page, if you are not a daily attendee, the modern songs end up being for members, and we don't keep those sitting around on the website. The rest of them, everything else we've been playing over the last 98 lessons is sitting there. And so today, the plan is Ode to Joy on top of spaghetti, and it's only a paper moon. I'd say those are the three greatest songs ever written, and so we should be able to have a lovely day. Let's do Ode to Joy, on top of spaghetti, on top of spaghetti, and it's only a paper moon. We'll put on our website, https://gardens.com, and then my face pops up. And today, let's put on, let's put the harmonica girl on today, and we hit tweet, and that gets everybody cruising in here. I noticed I was doing a search for chromatic harmonica because I'm all focused in on that because I bought that book, I bought 3 books now about how to do this. And I was surprised how little chromatic harmonica is being discussed either on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram. And so, guys, we have an obligation to start spreading the word that harmonica is a thing. I don't know if it's a thing or not, but it is a lot of fun. And I do want us to let other people know about it. So we're going to start seeing about the big book has gotten to be pretty big. We're up to almost 70 songs now, I think. And I'm pretty proud of the work we've been doing on all of this. And so I do want us to keep pushing our way forward until you are an amazing player. I'm a better player, and we're one of the resources people think about when they're thinking, "Hey, I'd like to play a tune on chromatic harmonica." What I notice is the what's going on in chromatic harmonica, the little bit that I see out there that's going on pretty consistently is showing up from Chinese players, and so apparently in China, this is I see some kids orchestras on it and stuff, and so it's kind of fun to think about that they're doing a great job of getting kids up and running on it, which means that they're creating the next generation of chromatic harmonica players, and we should be ahead of them. we got some work to do to catch up with those kids. And so right now you are grabbing Ode to Joy. That's our morning warm-up. Good morning, everybody. Valerie's in from Illinois. Let's do this. Valerie's super cool, by the way. Melissa's in from Boulder. She's also super cool. Diane is here. She's not cool at all. Diane's a friend of mine. Connie is in. She's local. Snow in Broomfield. Oh, you guys got snow this morning? That's exciting. I got nothing. I got what appears to be smog. Marcia is in. Happy Nippy Day to you. It's cold out there. Colorado's just 20 degrees. We're like, oh, well, we got to shut the place down. Sandy is in. She's from Upper Michigan. She knows what cold is. Pauline in from the Bay Area. Hi, Pauline. And Francis, sunny and a bit freezing out. Yeah, it's kind of an iffy day for us today. So a couple of things. I mentioned to you guys yesterday that I had ordered both the introductory version and the more advanced version of a theoretical and practical treatise on the chromatic harmonica, written by an Italian harmonica player. um, in an Italian conservatory, and I were in one of his selling points of this book. It says a new translation. So the second edition, supposedly, the English has gotten better. I will tell you, the English has not gotten great. A lot of times, I don't know how you are about this, but when I'm reading a book, I'm so busy rewriting the book that I have a hard time paying attention to what's in the book. And as somebody who with an English degree and an attitude problem, I'm constantly rewriting sentences. And this book is providing me with a whole new joy of being like, good God, stop it with the prepositions. So I'm not going to put this on your recommended reading list at all. But what I will tell you, between the just straight up typos and the fact that the print is gigantic, but it goes clear across the page, so you have to sit and read it like this, is that everything I have read so far is exactly what we're already doing. So I'm 50 pages in, more or less. I have yet to find anything that we haven't talked about here on a regular basis, and so we're halfway there to being in the Italian Music Conservatory for chromatic harmonica. The one thing that is in here that we don't do is called tongue blocking, and I am aware that that is a major part of playing harmonica, and so I am going to create some exercises for us to do. Hopefully when I have this 4-day weekend, I can sit down and at least do a couple of preliminary ones. I got a pretty good idea of how we can start teaching that and working on it. As a melody player, you don't really need to do tongue blocking, but as a harmonica musician, you do need to know how to do it, and it does provide the opportunity to play more than one note at a time on purpose. As you know, when you first start, you play more than one note at a time because you can't do anything else. And as we're working through that book, and then the more advanced etudes that he has in the second book, and this Love of Chromatica book, which is actually a fairly well-written book, that other one. I would say we'll take all this information, we'll put it in the hopper, we'll try to figure out ways to present it here and in for you to be thinking about. Some of you are taking this seriously, you want it to be a higher level activity. Some of you just here for having fun. I want both of those types of people to get what you need out of this activity, and then a lot of you are just here to get your lungs working better too, right? So there's that. Good morning, Kat. Good morning. Let's see, starting to snow up in Boulder a little bit. Don's here. He's from northern Colorado as well. Christina, -2 in Bozeman. Snow later tonight. Yeah, we got some pretty serious weather headed this direction, I think. Sandy, Christine, was -24 this morning. -24. That's if I went outside and it was -24, I'd be like, all right, realtor.com, what's for sale in Texas? Evelyn, 70 degrees and sunny and expected thunderstorms tonight. Yeah, whatever, Evelyn. 70 degrees, and that's nice, right? And a little rain tonight. Doesn't that sound lovely? Let's play some Beethoven. We're on Ode to Joy. 2 times through, below 5, and 4-beat count-in. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hit a 10, I hit a 9 and then a 10. It doesn't work if you do that. You can't hit 9 and then 10. You have to hit 10 or 7. 7's better. I'm going to erase the 10. I thought that'd be cute, but it's not. So hitting your 7, right? Trying to find your 7. Nice. 70 degrees in a thunderstorm tonight. Doesn't that sound perfect? That's exactly the way life should be. Everyone's lucky. All right. Next up is our scales. We do daily diatonic scales. Idea is to warm up this end of the harmonica a little bit, and maybe to learn a little bit about how a harmonica is laid out and the notes that are on it. I love rain. I know those of us in Colorado, we're like, we love the rain because we get to see it about twice every other year. Yeah, we don't get a ton of rain out here in the western states, and so when we see it, we're like, oh, I like the rain. Of course, out here, it doesn't come. It's like what Devlin's talking about, thunderstorms, right? We don't get a nice gentle rain. We get, if you're on a golf course, you're probably going to get hit by lightning kind of storms. All right. C major scale, below 4. We play it twice through. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor scale, draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of the things I'm personally working on after having read a couple of these intro type things is really focusing in on my belly, right? The minus signs, I want my belly going out, and the plus signs, I want it coming in. So really focusing in on that, which does a better job of keeping the airflow steady and even and nice. And so I'm finding by doing that I'm more likely to get those high notes cleaner. And so give that some thought, is to really be focused in on your belly breathing to get your entire bellows system working properly, all the way down, all the way up. And by using your belly, which is really operating your diaphragm down there, it's basically just sort of helping the air go up a little and down a little. I'm finding I have more air to work on and work with, so I can do more draws, as you know, and get overly full of air. And we're really focusing in on our lung breathing. And obviously you don't want to be breathing from your neck. That's just never going to get you great tone. And so be mindful of that. That does seem to be helping me, I think. And yeah, Melissa says she loves the rain for 5 minutes. Yeah, we like a good rain out here in Colorado, as long as it doesn't interrupt us getting to our day, all right, so beautiful, nice job. All right, let's go on next to a song of the day for diatonic. Where's my list? The song of the day, On Top of Spaghetti. Now, here's the thing, guys. When I hand this out, I'm like, oh, guys, those guys are going to kill me. They don't want to be doing On Top of Spaghetti. And I don't have it in my machine. Where the heck is it? Because it's a kid's song. Well, here's the thing. What I have learned over time is that kid songs are the songs you want to learn from to get your own skill set together. But more importantly, some point at some point, somebody's going to want to learn how to play harmonica, and you are their teacher. You don't know this yet, maybe, but you will be their teacher. And so you need a collection of things that are going to work for you to help other people learn how to play harmonica. And On Top of everybody knows the tune of On Top of Spaghetti, and it's super funny, and it's a song of hope. You know that the spaghetti rolls down the street, and then it grows up into a spaghetti tree. So that's a good thing. Uh, and and there's a song, I think it's called "On Top of Old Smoky," which this is originally built off of. And so, if you have to be serious about it, just think you're playing a folk music from Appalachia, and then you're more serious. Yeah, "On Top of Old Smoky." I even have it on the sheet music. You don't need to do the spaghetti version. You can do the smoky version, but why would you not do the spaghetti version? Just because I think it's way better. And also, when you're teaching people, they're going to want something that's pretty easy to get started. And look at this song, you peek through and you're like, oh, my highest note's a 7. Jam, I can do this thing. And it gives you a chance to play it over and over and over. If you get in an ensemble situation, you're the teacher, right? So you go buy those little cheapy harmonicas from Amazon. They show up. I'm gonna order the lowest priced plastic harmonicas I can find on there that have a decent rating, and I'm going to try playing. I'm thinking that we could turn that into a thing, right? Where we just get people cheap harmonicas. We go teach them a little class, and teach them our daily, the Kumbaya and all those, and then On Top of Spaghetti, a couple other the easier ones, and then they keep the harmonica. How about that? Wouldn't that be fun? We'll make more harmonica players. And then what happens is just like what's happening with us. At first, it's just kind of a gas. You're just like, oh, well, this is a silly, fun thing to do. And then you're like, well, I want to get better. And then you're spending, money on new harmonicas. So On Top of Spaghetti, let's play it through. And you're supposed to play it through 6 times. That's too many. Let's play it through 3 or 4. I'll tell you when I'm sick of it. Again, just, a short little song that's not too hard to play. And so begins the marching band. Exactly. All right, here we go. Run it up. Because if you're in a marching band, you don't have to be great, right? It's just a whole bunch of people. All right, let's give it a try. From the top. 1. Oh, it's a 2-beat count in. Play it through a few times. I'll tell you when I'm sick of it. And then blow 4. 1, 2. That should be a -4, don't you think? Should the first note in measure 5 be a -4? -5 doesn't sound right. I think that's wrong. I think it should be -4. So I think first note in measure 5, I think, should be -4. Let me play through it real quick and make sure. How come we didn't catch this last time? Oh, it's the first one. The last note in measure 4 should be a -6. That's what it is. -6. It's right. You have to. It's right. You have to play right. Hold on, Francis. Your idea of right, my idea of right might not be the same. Hold on. She says it's right. Let me check. All right, Francis, fine. It's right. you have to play it right. It turns out Francis is one of my friends, and right now I want to punch Francis in the nose. So good thing we're but behind a laptop. She can say whatever she wants, and she's safe. When I see her, I'm going to go like this to her. All right. I have a -6 from last time. So I think -6 or -5, either of those works. Well, I'll put it in as an option. How about that? -6 question mark. All right. I won. Francis is from Austria. You don't punch Austrians because they punch back, right? All right. So Diane has a -6. A -5, I think, is right. I think is correct. I think play whichever one you make you happy. How about that? Let's try it both ways. First, let's do this. Here we go. Here we go. We'll take a vote. It's either -6 or -5. Okay. We're going to play it through. The first two times, we're going to use -5 as written. The second two times, we'll play -6, last note of measure 4, and then we'll vote. Okay, let's see which way you like it best. From the top, as written twice, -6 twice. There we go. That's the plan. 1, 2. All right. It sounds fine both ways. Which way do you like better? You like -6 better, or you like -5? Over on, just reach up and hit 6 or 5 and then enter. And then whichever one gets the most votes is what we'll go with. If we go with -5, we don't have to change the sheet music. If we go to -6, I got to do work. So you guys decide which one you like better. I think both ways is fine. And so -6 or -5. Either one of those will work. The key here is that Francis is catching me playing music that's in my head, not what's on the paper, and that's not ideal for any of us, right? And so it's on the paper for a reason, right? All right, On Top of Spaghetti. That's a super fun song. I'm adding it into the songs that are kind of easy that you should get started with in harmonica. I think, as most of you guys have figured out, playing this harmonica is definitely the way to get started. It's definitely easier, but playing this harmonica is harder to continue to progress because this thing gets pretty darn hard as you get into more complicated songs. And so this is sort of the thing you get people started with, and then you move them on to chromatic, which is then, and I think most of you guys have been around here most of the time. Back in when we started these lessons, it felt like, yeah, diatonic's definitely what we want to do. And then it turns out chromatic was super hard in the beginning, but then as we got a little better and we got doing what we're doing, turns out chromatic's quite a bit easier. And this thing, man, oh man, this thing is it's like trying to wrangle a buffalo. So let's see. We've got, so the votes, Diane says 5, Connie says 5, Francis says either way. Marcia says, I'm good with 5. All right. We'll leave it at 5. All right. Maybe I'll make myself a note. Could be -6. All right. Let me make a note. -6 also sounds good. It'll come up next time we play this. People will be like, that note's wrong, right? So generally speaking, 5 is what people will go with. 5 is good. No preference, like them both. Either way, right? So we have a melody. Isn't that interesting? You have a melody that can go both ways. I this week I had to do a tune where I did have to go in and change the melody on it in order to fit it onto a ukulele, and it's so challenging to do that in a melody with everybody, right? People know the melody and they don't, you've got really resistant to changing notes in a melody. But here's a song where both of them sound good. So obviously, depending on which group of people you're hanging out with, you'll sing it one way or the other. So, yep, 5 seems to be the vote. Okay, we'll leave it at 5. Make it a note. 6 sounds okay. Um, there we go. And I will try to play it right from now on. All right. Next up. Okay, let's go do our scales on chromatic. Diatonic people, tomorrow, if you are sneaking out diatonic only, Simple Gifts, I love that tune, and Puff the Magic Dragon. I recall Puff the Magic Dragon being rather challenging. Let me just go pull it up real quick and make sure there's nothing we need to talk about before you sneak out of here. Puff the Magic Dragon. 7 6s, 5 6s. There's an 8 in there. How does it get to the end? It's just long, it looks like. I guess it's not terribly hard to play. The problem with Puff the Magic Dragon is that it makes you want to cry. So while you're playing and you're weeping openly, it adds to the performance a little bit. And so let the sadness of Puff going in back his green scales falling like rain will make you super sad. And also be mindful with Puff the Magic Dragon, when they found out it was super popular with kids, they added a 5th verse where Puff's Jackie Paper's daughter comes back and finds Puff again, and it's like, oh brother, that's not how it should go. It should be sad. It's a sad song. All right, next up, Chromatic Scales. Chromatic Scales. One of the things that in both of the books that I've gotten at least partway through, just talking about the importance of scales as a way to talk about keeping your tone consistent. So when you blow a 1, it sounds way different than when you blow a 4. These reeds up here are a little bit tighter. And so the harder part for newer players, and none of you guys are newer players at this point, a few of you are, getting consistent quality tone that matches as you go up and down the fret, the entire keyboard, I think is something to work on, right? I do think that comes with breath control. It comes with good keeping your mouth in good order, making sure you've drank some water prior to doing this stuff. But I think when you're working on scales, your goal, more than just getting the note right, is getting the notes quality. And so when you blow a 1, it doesn't sound like wah, like I just did, and it sounds more like wah, which is easier to do on the 4s and 7s. You can see, trying to get everything being equal and nice, well-rounded tones, it's harder than you'd think. And so I do think it's worth, when you're doing your scales, trying to be paying attention to the quality of the tone you're making in your ear so that you can then replicate that when you get to a song, right? And so there are other reasons to do scales other than just as a warm-up, but trying to really focus in on your breathing, quality tones, consistent length of notes, all of that stuff, really using that as an opportunity to practice the details. Then you can take that knowledge and apply it to the song. All right, from the top all the way to the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4. good, right? Pretty good. Um, and some days scales go good, and some days scales go horribly, and they go well, and they go horribly. It doesn't necessarily matter as long as you're consistently thinking about what am I doing to create the sound that I'm creating, and can I improve that sound? And if you take a little bit of time and go listen to some of the people just playing chromatic harmonica on YouTube, this thing can be taken really to a high level, and getting all these subtleties of tone and all this. And of course, these guys have been playing them for years and years and years. But it's a little bit inspirational. Like you're like, okay, I'm honking out. Well, it's only a paper moon, but trying to get some of the beauty behind each tone that's coming out of your instrument it's a worthy goal, right? Let's go grab It's Only a Paper Moon. This is a newer song in our lineup, and it's actually beautiful on the harmonica. Let's give it a try, see how it sounds. We play this one down through measure 8, come back up, play down through 7, skip measure 8, and play to the end. I think and not a ton of button pushing, but it shows up randomly. You're like, wait, what that's button doing there? And I think the other thing with this one, similar to, remember with Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, how we have to jump all around, that this is one of those tunes. I did check in the book because I thought it was important. Are we holding this thing correctly? He is recommending, honestly, that the harmonica sits in the crook of your hand. Let me make sure I'm giving you a good visual demonstration. So he's really recommending, because some of these are real long, and so just getting in the habit of putting this right in the crook of your hand, and then of course building your sound chamber. And then I did check specifically, because we've had a discussion, should we be using our index finger or our thumb? And he says either is fine. So whichever way you're working on it, I think depending on the song and depending on how I'm feeling about my overall need to cover up and sound chamber this thing, sometimes I use thumb, sometimes I use index finger. Either of those is acceptable. Probably depends on the song, probably depends a little bit on your personal anatomy. What we don't want to be doing is playing it this way, right? You want your neck and your shoulders and all this to be, your head and all of this to be aligned nicely. Other question that came up that we've talked about before is just playing standing up or sitting down. What should you do? And again, he's very clear. Both of those have advantages and disadvantages. So when you're sitting down, you're likely to be more relaxed and play longer. When you're standing up, you're likely to be getting better air quality through there. So you want to play both ways. I almost never stand up playing a harmonica. One of these days I'll do it, and I'll be like, I'll probably fall over again from being out of air. But so I think takeaways here, probably holding your harmonica with the end coming out here, developing your sound chamber, and then depending on the song, be thinking about this, making sure your head is nice and straight, and that you're projecting out and not down. I think because our tendency is to do this, especially when you're reading sheet music sitting on the kitchen table. I have raised up my computer, and then I have my gadget here sitting here, so it's as vertical as I can possibly get it. Just trying to make sure that my air passageway up and out of my body is going to make it for the best sound quality. So be thinking about that type of stuff. Francis is into Paper Moon. It's a lovely tune, by the way, and it really fits. It really feels like a harmonica song. Let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't that nice? That's nice. Sounds like a harmonica song, doesn't it? That's it. That's all I know about harmonica. Tomorrow, harmonica chromatic peeps. You have Last Rose of Summer. And again, another one of the newer tunes that we have in our list. Absolutely lovely. So tomorrow, look at that. Simple Gifts, Puff Magic Dragon, Last Rose of Summer. Those should all make you happy, along with our morning scales. And always, as I say, you're unlikely to just sit down and play harmonica during the rest of the day. So take the next 20 minutes, right? You got 20 minutes before the top of the hour, and just play. Just play on your own. I always think that's important. Thanks, Evelyn. Thanks, you guys, for being here. Tell your friends, and try to be safe out there, guys. It's crazy times. Practice a little bit, just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. Keep showing up here. Let people know what we're doing here. I think it's a good thing. On Thursday is our 100th lesson, which is exciting. And we probably, starting next week, we'll start working a little bit more on the theory section to really start talking. For those of you guys that are wanting to go next level up, I need to do that as well. So we'll start trying to do a little bit more with tongue blocking, a little bit more with sheet music reading, a little bit more with just exercises, a little bit of chord type work, and just see if we can sort of expand for those of you who are interested in doing a little bit more. And for those of you who aren't, you'll be like, yeah, no, that's not for me. And so we'll keep working on it. And beautiful songs, right? That's the main thing we're always working on. So have a wonderful afternoon. And let's see, Evelyn, thank you. Melissa, thank you. You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Don't catch COVID. It's bad. It turns out that's not good for you. Diane, feels good today. I like that. It just makes you feel good, right? That's why we do it. Another fun day of playing the harmonica. It's a funny thing we're doing, guys. It's funny. But there are people who take it seriously, and so why not us, right? Connie, see you soon. Francis, let's raise a glass for 100 and yeah, bring a glass of wine. It's on Thursday, or sparkling water, right? Marcia, thanks for another fun time. See you, Marcia. Good to see you. Don, you bet. Have a great day. I'll talk to all you guys later. Pulling the plug.